I've often seen people asking questions for help on writing fight scenes. I've even had friends ask me if I have any tips for them. Of course, I have plenty, but most of them are things you can hear elsewhere. There's one thing I have, however, that I doubt many in the writing world can offer up, since it's advice that doesn't come from the writing world. It comes from the world of professional wrestling, and it's something which has provided me a foundational framework for both fight scenes and competitions in general. I learned this from listening to The Secrets of the Ring over a decade ago, back when I wished to become a pro wrestler. In it, the wrestler Raven explains the structure to a match as such: Babyface Shine, Heel Heat, Hope Spots, the comeback, and the finish. False finishes are also an option, but I'll elaborate on those in a bit. Let's focus on a match broken down into these 4 parts. And, to illustrate examples of it, I'll utilize clips from history's strongest disciple, Kenichi. The Babyface Shine is the opening. This is all about the hero, the lead, getting some, shine. It's the part where they're made to look good, where we can see their strengths and so on. It's also the time when the hero can do stuff to get people on their side, if they haven't already. I'd argue this phase helps get the crowd on the hero's side by showcasing competence. If you wish to learn more about the 3 things you need to make a character compelling, you should check out the Spy Family video I made in the past after this. Regardless, this is the purpose of the Babyface Shine. After establishing their strength, the opposition must gain the advantage. If they do it with cheating or something underhanded, all the better. Secret techniques or them applying their strengths can work too, but it depends. The important thing is to move into the heel heat. The heel heat is all about the villain taking control. There's a little something from Action by Robert McKee, which I wish to slot in here, given its relevance. No matter what skill a hero brings into the conflict, an action villain is immune to them. As a result, the villain cannot be assassinated or even intimidated. Faced with an impervious villain, a hero must exhaust one gambit after another with no guarantee of success. As her tactics turn more and more desperate, her strategic ideas fade, her chances vanish. This is what the heel heat / hope spot phase is all about. The heel dominates the opposition in various ways and makes the face an underdog. This is often the point where the opposition is meant to suffer, with sympathy for the hero being the emotional goal. Another thing to keep in mind with the heel heat portion, the heel controls the tempo and pacing of everything. It slows down if they want it to slow down. It speeds up if they want it to speed up, and so forth. They're also the ones who stall, who interact, etc. And, of course, their actions should aim to generate hatred. This is also the moment that's best for the heel when they be at their worst or showcase why they're the antagonist, assuming they're the villain. You can do the... You know what, let's not worry about that right now, we're going to keep this simple. So, keeping it simple, Hope spots actor in conjecture with the heel heat. They're all about the face showing that they still have fight and trying to reverse their fortunes. It's hope, but not the comeback, because the heel cuts off any momentum they gain. Anyway, as said, the face needs to keep showing fight, but they also are still the underdog, so it's an uphill battle. They're fighting to survive or win. We need to see their struggle, whether it be their external pain or an internal struggle. Final important note about the hope spots, you don't wish to overdo them. It's a matter of proper timing. The face needs to show they still have life, but you can't show them as being too even. It undercuts their struggle and, thus, the sympathy struggle can elicit. I personally would recommend a good 2 clear hope spots, but that's just me. It's because I work while using the rule of 3. 2 examples to set a pattern, a third to subvert the pattern into a proper comeback. It should be obvious what the comeback is based on from the name alone. It is an inherent dramatic moment that's meant to feel like the release of all the tension that's been built up during the heel heat. The hero might come to some realization which allows them to do something new. They might pull something drastic. They might pull something crazy. I'd keep in mind what Robert McKee notes in Action. The hero must find a unique and surprising way to break through or reverse the villain's invulnerability. Also, if you want to put in any comedy, this is a great moment for it. This is a moment of catharsis after all. With the comeback complete, the villain is staggered, or at a moment of vulnerability, and with you riding the high of the emotional comeback, you can go straight into the finishing sequence. I would recommend this most of the time, but there is another option as well, a false finish. With a false finish, you must make things seem like it's over, but the heel survives and launches into their final assault. From here on, the fight is an even one, with it all coming down to the wire as both parties are worn down, bringing out their absolute best, and so forth. No matter what, you will come back around to an actual finish. I recommend not overdoing false finishes since less is more, but it can keep people on the edge of their seats. At any rate, this is the basic structure I learned and enjoyed as a framework. It can be modified, of course. For example, the Babyface Shine can be skipped, particularly if a character is already built up as competent and you're trying to save time. I recommend analyzing some fights or maybe even just conflicts using this template. I've done this with a couple things like Goku vs Frieza from Dragon Ball. I'm considering doing it with Prince of Tennis as well, as I'm curious what will happen, or maybe I'll do it with Gamblefish. Who knows, we'll see. I'd love to hear about examples you pick up if you care to share. Finally, if there's a topic which you'd love to hear more explored or struggles which you'd like addressed, feel free to request an episode in the comments. I like paying forward all the information I've collected over the years, and if you want to see more of what I can offer, I have other videos on topics filling this channel.